Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
What was your message to Benjamin Netanyahu about the strikes on Qatar?
In case you guys don't hear it, what is your message to Benjamin Netanyahu about the strikes on Qatar?
Well, my message is this: they have to be very, very careful.
Israel has to be very, very careful. Okay. Why?
They have to do something about Hamas.
Yeah, we are doing something about Hamas. That's what those strikes were about.
But Qatar has been a great ally to the United States. A lot of people don't know that.
In what way has Qatar been a great ally to the United States? Sadly, this Fox fake news reporter won't ask that follow-up question, but how exactly has Qatar been a great ally to the United States?
The Emir, who I think is a wonderful person, actually.
He's a wonderful person. He's super wonderful. Gives me planes, gives me money. It's amazing. Makes promises to us. Maybe I can build a new Trump Tower there. He's fantastic.
I said, you need better public relations.
Oh, that's what they need. Better public relations, yes. That they can explain more effectively to the public why they're housing Hamas leaders and strategists and financiers. That's what's missing. Thank you, President Trump. That is excellent advice.
Because you don't really get the public relations. I mean, people talk of it so badly, and
it's terrible. They talk about one of the biggest state sponsors of terrorism in the world. They talk about them so badly. Oh, God, it's really a shame.
They shouldn't be. Qatar's been a very great ally. So Israel and everybody else, we have.
Qatar's been a great ally. Again, does anyone want to ask this guy in what way Qatar's been a great ally? Is anyone interested in asking this question? Or is Donald Trump going to keep doing his tour of the United States? Qatar is a great ally. They're a great friend. I don't know how Americans can stomach this stuff. I really don't get this.
To be careful. When we attack people, we have to be careful.
When we attack people, we have to be careful. And does that sound like an ally of the State of Israel? Is that what that sounds like? Donald Trump is totally clowning himself. Listen, and I get that the American people are not going to just turn their backs on Donald Trump. I get that. I'm not saying that this is what should happen, but I don't understand how people are okay with this. Because we all know. I have to find the graphic somewhere, but Qatar is flooding American universities with mountains of money to continue to promote this kind of anti-West, anti-American, whatever you want to call it, kind of communist, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, all this stuff. We know Qatar is knee-deep, hip-deep in all of these efforts. Donald Trump, they're a great ally, they're a great friend. Mr. President, I'm Israel first. I'm not America first. But this is really pathetic. I'm not even coming at this even so much from an Israeli angle, but this is just completely beyond pathetic. This guy's making himself look like a total clown. And I will say I brought this point up to a friend earlier, but it's interesting. There are a lot of allegations that Netanyahu and his friends and associates have taken money from Qatar in Israel. There's all these things they call Qatar Gate, all of these investigations. But in a lot of ways, it's almost like those allegations almost forced Netanyahu to bomb Qatar, right? To kind of push away this appearance of being in Qatar's pocket. Obviously, not that this was the only reason. We all know that Qatar is housing Hamas fighters and strategists and financiers. But almost like the natural hesitation he would have, he kind of had to push it away to the side to almost, alleviate these allegations where people are like, oh, well, he's totally bought and paid for by Qatar. So he went again, look, I mean, maybe did something that he wouldn't ordinarily do. especially because he knew that this would be the reaction of the United States. Donald Trump, at a certain point, the American citizens are going to look and say, what exactly is your connection to Qatar? I mean, we know with this whole silly thing, they gifted him a plane. Qatar's out there now threatening to withhold billions and billions of dollars. I think they had, orders into Boeing. So Qatar is trying to twist the screws a little bit on the United States. And now Donald Trump is out there, trying to keep the Qataris happy. This is really very pathetic, really very degrading to the office of the President of the United States. As I've said, I'm not America first, but this is really amazingly pathetic. And the more that we see things like this, the more that Jews and Israelis have to consider maybe this is a relationship we have to start distancing ourselves from. Because this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Look, we all have seen the reports that the targets of these bombings may still be alive. Then what? So Donald Trump tells them, "Oh, don't worry, we won't let this happen again." So what? So Israel just has to acknowledge now, or just admit that this is it, that Qatar can shield our worst enemies because Donald Trump is so in their pocket. They're our greatest friend, their greatest ally. Where? What? Who? What are you talking about? As the days roll by, this guy's, he looks a lot, he looks still pretty good. I'll give the guy a lot of credit, but he's sounding a little bit going down this kind of like Biden path. Just like saying stuff where you're like, what is this guy even talking about anymore? So, yeah, I understand the American people largely like Donald Trump. I get it. But stuff like this really makes you shake your head and go, what is this guy even talking about?